Welcome to the Grudge Match. This is a new series of videos that I'm putting out. It's going to be matchups based on some sort of reasoning. Now, of course, the gladiator rounds and things of that nature, they're tournament brackets, and the matchups happen due to those circumstances. But here we're going to have Nathan Asha versus Luke Sandoe, and I'll explain in a minute. Now, a while back, I made a Shawn Rhoden versus Shawn Ray video. And I guess you could add that into this series, so that'll be the first one in this series. It's because Shawn Ray said, well, I could have beat Shawn Rhoden if we were both in our prime. And I did the matchups, and he was right in my opinion. By one pose, it was awfully close. But there was a definite reason for that matchup, and the reasoning behind this comparison, it is a basic one. Nathan Asha was calling out Luke Sandoe. I believe it was on social media. I heard Chris Aceto say. Either way, we're going to do the comparison here. And in these matchups, I'm going to stick with the same events, unlike the Gladiator rounds. So it'll be the Mr. Olympia for Nathan and the Arnold Classic for Lucas Sandoe. And I have Lucas winning this one. Now, of course, I could see people's reasoning behind the Nathan winning this. Look at the legs and the arms as well. But that long torso, it is too distracting. Now, if we could only pop him down there and shorten that torso heap a little bit, I'd say he's winning this for sure. But he has that long torso, and I just cannot get past that. I think Luke is close enough as far as the musculature is concerned that he wins this one's hands down. Look at the aesthetics. The lats reach down much lower, creating much better lines in this pose. But like I said, I understand how some people might vote for Nathan due to those legs, and the biceps as well. But in my opinion, 1-0 Lucas. Turn them around and advantage Nathan Asha. What a back development. I find the rear double bicep of Sandoe, it could be good, but every time he nails it, it just seems awkward, it seems wrong. Looks like he's holding his lats in a little bit too tight, perhaps. He's not expanding them out like Big Nathan's. Look at those wings on Nathan. Now, he needs a little bit of improvement too. Perhaps the hamstrings could be more diced. It's funny. Sandoe has all the cuts in the world on the hamstrings, but it kind of lacks that hard, grainy look like Nathan has. I don't know. Either way, the back development alone is a definite win for Nathan, in my opinion. Tie game. And back and forth, back and forth. Turn them back around to the front and advantage Sandoe once again. Or Sandoe. I'm not sure. I call him Sandoe because of Eugene. Imagine if this guy won a Sandoe. That would be crazy. I have him winning this because of his lat development. Those lats are much more filled out than Big Nathan. The torso heap is too long for Nathan. The legs are winning, yes, and the lats are good, and look at those pecs. I could see how somebody could give this one to Nathan, but nothing doing, not me. I place a tremendous amount of emphasis on the lat development, on the lats themselves. So Sandoe gets a point, and of course, back to the back shots and advantage Nathan once again. This is an awesome little matchup. The front poses so far going to Sandoe, and the back's all going to Nathan. I do the order of these poses a little bit different for the grudge matches. Might as well change it up a bit. I like to give you guys a variety of matches and keep things entertaining for you guys. Let's face it, it's bodybuilding. It's only so many shows a year, so you really have to keep things fresh and keep you guys entertained. But look at these two backs. This is entertaining to me. I think Nathan is just blasting Sandoe out of the whatever. Look at the thick detail. He has more of a mature muscle. That mature muscle, that's a definite thing people should definitely take into consideration. One of my fans reminded me on that subject. So, Nathan, again, this is a blowout. Now, let's have a look at this side chest. And yes, once again, another point for Nathan. It looks like this matchup is going the way of Asha, but it's far from over. Sandoe's definitely... I could see somebody voting for him in this one when you look at his legs. And really, look at the tricep itself. Nathan, not much of a massive ball of a tricep like Sandoe has there. Massive. But again, look at those legs on Sandoe. But no. Look at that 70s bow. That bow in the chest of Nathan. That's one thing that I look for in this pose. Nathan hit it to a T. But one thing that's not being hit properly is the side tricep of Nathan. I'm not sure if it's just the way he is built and it's hard for him to strike this pose, but it looks awkward. He looks far too small than he actually really is. His upper body really dwindled away there. His tricep, not much to speak of. It is very feathered and hard and grainy, I will say. He's crouching down, makes him a lot shorter than he really is. But then you look over at Sandoe, and this whole competition, I will admit, he is losing tremendously on the legs, except for that side chest. He had a lot of cuts in there. But of course, his display of the tricep alone is definitely enough for me to award him the victory here for sure. Look at the size of that big baby. I will admit, not as hard and grainy and feathered as Nathan's, but far too big. And look at this display. Remind you of anybody with that calf sticking out of there? From the UK? Nobody? Former Mr. Olympia champion? Dorian Yates. So Sandoe gets a point. This is an awesome back and forth matchup. What a grudge match. And what a couple of hideous looking ab and thigh poses. No disrespect to either of these two guys. These two men could possibly be the future of the IFBB. Who knows? I hope they improve their ab and thighs. I'm giving it to Sandoe. A little bit better, the V-taper there. He is losing in the thigh once again. But all the while he was defeating Nathan in the calf region. So that really keeps him from getting totally skunked as far as the legs are concerned. Big calves. Once again, reminds you of Dorian. Either way, this is two terrible poses. Let's get off this frame. And I'll be honest with you. I expected more from Nathan in this pose. He should be much larger and imposing. I don't know. His legs are there. They look monstrous and massive. His midsection is very blurry. Come on. You need a little something there. I'm not asking for a huge separation in those abs for this type of a pose, but something would be nice. Sandoe, small, yes, but he just looks picture perfect in this one. Very aesthetic. I love this one. One of my personal favorites as far as the most muscular is concerned, depending on who's snapping the pose. This is my favorite as far as the aesthetic ones are concerned. So, in conclusion, I have Sandoe edging out a slight victory in this matchup due to an extra point here and there, but it was awful close in a few of those poses. And there was no front relaxed or quarter turns, which Nathan really could have dominated in. Hard to say. Makes it exciting for these two to possibly meet at the Olympia this year. I'll be keeping an eye out for both of their placings to see who places ahead of the other. Very interesting, these two. The Battle of the Brits. So, I hope you enjoyed this grudge match and look forward to more. And let me know in the comment section below if you guys know of any matchups that should take place for some sort of a reason. Anyway, have a good day.